It's your girl Pinky Bling. I'ma always do my thing. What you say, Lemar? Them girls not like me though. You know, man. You want to see the man them out never go on over me just now. You will expand me and this a people me feet. Say me style unique. Every day them see me and I wonder how me do it. Say me style unique. Walk on the road and them and them a scream. Say me body well neat. Man all up here me fi number say please. Mommy just can't do it. Me a drip like storm.
I choose me. There's a question that lived inside philosophy, religion, and psychology for centuries. Do we really have free will? Or are we just products of our environment, our biology, our trauma, our condition? In other words, are we choosing our life or is life choosing us? Because if everything is predetermined, our childhood, our culture, our wounds, our habits, then confidence isn't real. Growth isn't real. Transformation isn't real. It would be just programming. But something inside you know that's not the full truth because you felt it. That moment when you almost quit, but you didn't. The moment you almost texted back, but you chose not to. You chose silence. That moment when you wanted to stay small but spoke anyway. That moment of free will. And confidence is born exactly there. Let me break it down. Free will is not the ability to control everything. You can't control your genetics. You can't control where you were born. You can't control who hurt you. You can't control what happened to you. But free will is the ability to decide what happens next. And like that is where power lives. Most people think confidence comes from success. Like you win first, then you believe in yourself. But to me, that's backwards. Confidence is the decision to act before proof. Confidence is free will in motion. It's that moment. It's the moment you say, I don't care what my past says. I don't care what they said about me. I don't care what I used to be. I choose differently now. That is free will. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You are not responsible for what shaped you, but you are responsible for what you do with it. And that's where people get uncomfortable. Because if free will exists, then excuses die, right? You can't blame your childhood forever. You can't blame your environment forever. You can't blame other people forever. At some point, there's a fork in the road. Stay the same or choose differently. And choosing differently is terrifying. Because free will means risk. It means you might try and fail. You might grow and lose people. You might evolve and outgrow your identity. So the brain does something interesting. It prefers familiarity over freedom, even if familiar is painful. That's why people stay in toxic relationships. They stay in limiting beliefs. Stay in cycle that hurts them. Because the brain say, at least I know this. Free will says, but you can become more. Confidence is not loud. It's not arrogance. It's not performance. Confidence is quiet acceptance that you can choose again every day, no matter how many times you've fallen back. That's why confidence and discipline are twins. Because Discipline is repeated free will. It's choosing the gym again, choosing to heal again, choosing to respect yourself again, choosing self-respect, choosing growth again. It's even motivation is gone, especially when motivation is gone. Let me say something radical. Your past self is not your identity, it's just your history. And your history is not destiny. If human didn't have free will, transformation wouldn't exist, but it does. People quit addiction, people leave abuse, people rebuild after loss, people reinvent their lives at 40, 50, 60. That's not programming. That's choice. Repeated choice. Painful choice. Courageous choice. Confidence grows each time you witness yourself choosing well. Not perfectly, just intentionally. That's why I promise myself. And when I promise myself, I try my best to keep promises to myself because it matters. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you weaken your belief in your own agency. Your brain learns my decision doesn't matter. But every time you keep one, even a small one, you reinforce free will. You teach yourself, I can direct my life. And that belief becomes identity. Most people feel to wait confidence before they act. But confidence is not a feeling, it's evidence. Evidence that you can choose. The only way to collect that evidence is through action. This is why fear and free will coexist. If you had no choice, there would be no fear. Hello? Fear doesn't exist because possibility exists. Fear only exists because possibility do exist. Because you could choose differently. You could change. You could step into more. And your nervous system says, that's unknown. So fears appear. But fear is not the opposite of free will. It's the doorway to it. What? Think about the version of you you're becoming. The disciplined one, the healed one, the confident one, the woman who knows her worth. She is not magically arriving one day. She is being built decision by decision, and every decision is free will in action. People say, I want to be confident, but what they really mean is, I want to trust myself. And self-trust is built when you prove over and over that you can choose growth over comfort. Let's talk about conditioning. Yes, we're shaped by environment, family patterns, society, culture, trauma, beliefs we didn't choose. But here's the nuance. Conditioning influences you. It doesn't imprison you. Free will is the capacity to examine your conditioning and decide whether to keep it. That's the power. You can inherit beliefs and still reject them. You can inherit fear and still face it. You can inherit limitation and still transcend it. That's why awareness matters, because you can't exercise free will over what you can't see. Confidence is not pretending you are fearless. Confidence is recognizing that you have agency despite fear. It's saying, yes, I feel doubt. Yes, I feel resistance. Yes, I feel uncertainty, and choose anyway. That's confidence. There's another layer people miss. Free will doesn't mean infinite option, it means meaningful options. You may not control the cards you were dealt, but you can choose how you play them, and the way you play them becomes your identity. Identity is not static. It's the accumulation of choices. If you repeatedly choose avoidance, you become avoidant. If you repeatedly choose courage, you become courageous. Not instantly, but inevitably. because the brain rewires to match behaviors. So every act of free will literally reshapes you. Confidence is neurological. It builds through enacted choices. This is why waiting for external validation kills confidence. Because validation is outside your control, but choice is inside it. When you anchor your self-belief in your own decisions, no one can remove it. You know who you are because you've watched yourself choose again and again. Let me be honest about something. Free will is heavy because it means your life is not fully predetermined. It means change is possible. And if change is possible, stagnation becomes a decision. That's confronting, but it's also liberating because it means you're not trapped, you're not finished, you're not defined by your lowest point, you're not locked into your past self. You can choose again right now. Confidence is I'm not perfect. Confidence is I can adapt, I can learn, I can recover, I can redirect, I can grow. That belief is rooted in free will because you believe you can choose differently tomorrow. So today failure is not identity, it's data. There's a phrase I love. You are always one decision away from a different life. You are literally one decision away from a different life. That's not motivation fluff. It's literal. Every major life shift begins with one choice. Leave, stay, start. Stop, speak, commit, change. One decision, then another, until the trajectory shifts. Confidence grows because you witness the shift and you know you caused it. So how do you build confidence through free will? 3 things. First, awareness. Notice your pattern without judgment. What do you repeat? What do you default? Where do you shrink? Where do you avoid? Awareness creates choice points. Intentional decision. Pause before automatic behavior. Ask, is this the person I want to be? That question activates free will. And third, repetition. One courageous choice doesn't create identity, repeated choices do. Confidence is repetition recognized. And here's the part that matters most. You don't need to transform overnight. Free will is exercises micro moments. Get up when you said you would. Tell the truth. Set boundaries. Finish the task. Return to discipline. Keep the promise. Small choices compounds into identity. Identity compounds into confidence. Confidence compounds into life trajectory. You are not impulses. You are not conditioning. You are not your past behavior. You are the chooser, and the chooser can evolve. That's the miracle of being human. So if you're in a season where you feel stuck, unmotivated, disconnected, uncertain, remember this. You don't need to feel different first. You need to choose different first. Feeling follows choice. Confidence follows choice. Identity follows choice. There's a version of you watching your decision, future you. And every time you choose growth, she becomes more real. Every time you choose avoidance, she fades. Free will is the bridge between who you were and who you're becoming. And confidence is the trust that you can cross it. So today, not tomorrow, not next month, not when you feel ready. Today you can exercise free will. One decision aligned with the person you respect, not the person you used to be, not the person others expect, not the person fears prefer, the person you're building. You are allowed to evolve. You are allowed to outgrow. You are allowed to change direction. You are allowed to redefine yourself because you are not fixed. You are choosing. Every time you choose with intention, you become more. Confidence is not granted, it's constructed. Decision by decision, action by action, integrity by integrity. Free will is the architect. You are the builder, and the life you want is not waiting somewhere outside you. It's accumulating inside your choices. So the next time you doubt yourself, remember, you have already proven free will. You have changed before. You have grown before. You have chosen before. You have chosen better before, which means you can again and again and again. That's confidence, not perfection. Choice. I choose me is the most powerful sentence you can live, because in those three words exists free will, agency, growth, discipline, and self-respect. You choose you every time you act in alignment with your higher self. And the more you choose her, the more real she becomes. So choose today, even small, even imperfect, even afraid, because confidence is not the absence of fear. It's the evidence of choice, and you always have that power, always.